All right, so it's 11:30. Thank you everybody for joining us. We'll get started. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the SAP Virtual Insider event. My name is John Froelich, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Strategy for Bramasol. I'm really excited to have you all in here. Today we're going to talk about something that we've been meeting with a lot of our customers about, which is our banking, cash, and treasury management assessment. So as we go throughout our business during this unique and interesting times, we've run into a number of different things that companies are doing. And what we're seeing in the market is, number one, companies that are hunkering down, trying to survive. Now, there are a lot of you out there, a lot of companies who are just trying to understand, how do I continue on with my business? How do I just survive in this unique economic time? There are companies out there who are thriving. Take Amazon, for example. And others who have new subscription models, Chewy, Birchbox, and others who are just trying to keep up with what's going on. But the majority of customers that we run into are really those who are really trying to understand and evaluate the implications of this new business model. They're making choices on new infrastructure focused on the idea of digital transformation in this new world. Others are taking time to focus on low-hanging fruit. In terms of digital transformation, it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, our business has gone through a recent digital transformation. In the past, projects were delivered in person on your site. Today, the vast majority of projects, kickoffs, and other things are being done remotely. Sales cycles are being executed remotely. It's a new digital world. But many companies, as I said, are focused on this idea of low-hanging fruit. But what are some specific ideas or ideas around what this low-hanging fruit means? Let's take, for example, AP/AR. A lot of companies are looking at payment terms and collection options. For many, in the case of accounts receivable, they have the option of helping their customers understand how they can get better terms. How can they improve collections? If they get cash now, can they improve that? From payment terms, they're going back and looking at the option to pay earlier to reduce their interest rates, using different tools and availability from SAP. In the case of leasing, they're renegotiating their leases. They're looking for lower rates, or they're looking to sublet some of their space to gain money back on space that they're not using during this current COVID crisis. For customers using SAP Revenue Recognition, they're looking at enabling and evaluating subscription models. So many more companies are looking at this idea of a subscription model, an outcome-based model, or XASS, something as a service. For example, Porsche, oddly enough, offers a subscription model. You can go online, sign up, and for X dollars a month, you have the opportunity to swap your Porsche out every month or so. And the revenue accounting solutions help enable that. Today, we're going to focus on Treasury as an example of the health checks that we provide. And treasurers are focused on, you guessed it, cash. How do I manage my cash? How do I deal with my cash? I'm going to pause for a minute and remind you or tell you a little bit about who Bramasol is very quickly. Bramasol is a company that's been around for 24 years. We've been in business serving customers who are innovating with SAP, helping them and guiding them and enabling them on their business and digital transformations. We are owned by Dr. Hasso Plattner, who is one of the co-founders of SAP. He works relentlessly with our CEO, Dave Fellers, on helping drive, shape, and determine the vision and strategy and mission of our corporation, and has been doing that since he acquired us in 2004. But let me turn to this idea of a treasury assessment. So if today what you have is extensive manual interventions, you have slow, poor performance, you're adding business processes, and it's very difficult to add those processes. It's like building a new project. You're not getting the information that you require real time. And what you really want is integrated transaction processing. You want to reduce your cost of capital. You want a high percentage of straight-through processing, helping make effective payment and processing and accounting and reconciliations. You want on-the-fly accounting and reporting, or you simply want a clear path to SAP S/4HANA, or at the end of the day, want to get a handle on your cash management. Well, we can help. As part of the SAP Health Check, we've been looking at Treasury for over 20 years now, and we've come up with this process where we look at 4 basic dimensions. The first of those is accounting. In this space, we evaluate the key processes and key things that you're doing in your accounting. In the case of Treasury, we look at how are you managing your cash? What are some of your banking relationships? What are you doing to manage your cash? Do you do straight-through processing? What are some of the decisions you've made about risk? We help you evaluate, look at, and understand some of the best practices that are brought to from our team who has experience for over 20 plus years. We then look at your functional systems, whether it's an SAP system, an SAP Treasury using management, whether it's using Swift, whether it's using other standalone solutions. We really help you get a picture of your functional solution, understand what you're doing, connect that to your accounting, and help you make sure that what you're doing in your functional solution is mirrored and supports what you wanted to do from an accounting perspective. We also take a look at the technical infrastructure. We evaluate what your platform you're on. We take a look at your ECC. We help you evaluate your security. Recently, Oracle and a couple of other companies in the world have been had some issues with the EU around things like GDPR, around compliance issues. SAP is very diligent about that. We focus very heavily in on that, and we're going to help you make sure that you won't have GDPR compliance issues or any others. In addition, we take a look at analytics and reporting. We help examine your capabilities to generate functional reports for your stakeholders. Are you sharing the information they need and want on a real-time basis? Are you able to report on a statutory basis? Can you do your filings for IFRS 9 or CECL? Do you comply with the controls for financial reporting? We help you analyze your key KPIs, whether they're cash KPIs, looking at your cash exposures, looking at where do you have trapped cash? Might you have trapped cash? What are your foreign exchange exposures? Do you understand what some of your issues and challenges are from a commodities perspective? How are you managing the volatility in your commodities? We do this and help you manage all of that. We bring this all together to give you a really great picture of your Treasury ecosystem. One of the unique things about the Treasury space is its complexity. When we do this health check, we help you focus in on a number of these different spaces. For example, bank operations. In your bank operations, we take a look at things such as how many bank accounts do you have? How many bank relationships do you have? Are you able to process and get your electronic bank statements in a single place? A great example of that itself. I have multiple bank accounts with multiple banks because I manage my corporate expenses in one bank account. I manage my personal expenses. I help support my mom, and I have a couple of different 401ks. If you're a company, you probably have close to 40 of those different kinds of accounts. Now you have to log into 40 or 50 different places. If you could log into one single place and have all of that account information in one place, we can help you with that using SAP's multi-bank connectivity and help you rationalize bank accounts. Payments. How are you managing your payments? Are you able to automatically pay and see visibility into your bank payments with your banks? Are you able to automatically process those or do what we call straight-through processing? Do you understand your cash position? Bank know more about your cash than you know about your cash? Well, that's not right. You should know more about your cash. We can help you with that. We'll take a look at what you're doing from a cash position perspective. Are you connected and are you using the AR/AP subledgers properly? Have you connected those together so that you understand not only your cash position first thing in the morning, but the likely outcomes of your cash position later in the day, should you have any large influxes of currency or money, or should you have large outfluxes? By doing that, we can help you get into the market earlier. This will save you, as we've from several of our customers, up to 25 to 30 basis points a day in borrowing costs. One of our customers found that they were able to save close to $500,000 to over $1 million a year just by implementing cash position and managing it. We all want to manage our liquidity. Liquidity forecasting is another space in which we'll focus. We'll help you understand what are the different options you have for managing the liquidity. How are you managing and using commercial paper? How are you taking a look at the different functionality that you have from your banks? Where is your cash and how do you manage that? We'll help cash flow planning. We'll take a look at the different market analyzers tools, the different cash flow tools, and help you do all of that. We can help with corporate finance, intercompany. Intercompany is a huge opportunity. The question you have to ask yourself is, does your intercompany loans process and your reconciliations of your intercompany loan process slow down your quarterly or monthly reporting? Does it take you almost as long to reconcile and rationalize your intercompany loans as it does to understand the rest of your books? If so, we can help. What are you using for analytical tools? Do you truly understand the preponderance and the total view of your cash throughout the world? Are you able to create what we call a resilient finance operation to support a resilient supply chain organization? Can you react quickly if your supply chain has to switch Far East, Japan, China, Asia, over to Europe? Do you have the facilities in place to collect the money, pay the money, and manage all of those processes? During our health check, we'll take a look at that and make recommendations. And finally, of course, you have all of the challenges around reporting, whether it's disclosure reportings for things like ASC 606 and IFRS 15 for RevRec, your leasing, right? So leasing for ASC 842, IFRS 16, do you know where all yours are? Do you know what the payments are going to be? Do you know what the balances are? How will this affect Treasury? Yes, leasing does affect Treasury because it adds assets to your balance sheet. It adds additional liabilities. It causes you to take a look at issues and debt covenants you may have. So again, you may want to do all of these. You may want to focus. Our process can help you with that. So what is that process? Well, based on the number of years of experience that we have and what we've been doing with clients throughout the world, we've come up with a three-step process. This three-step process is designed to guide you through the process of understanding the low-hanging fruit, the places that you can take advantage of your Treasury solution or your RevRec or leasing. We take and combine together our deep process, accounting, and technical expertise to give you a really clear understanding of your current environment, explore the art of the possible, and then flush out the gaps and establish a real path forward. Processes in step one include project preparation. We spend time to meet with you, understand your current environment, understand your priorities, and help you think about the future. For example, if you're thinking about an S/4HANA implementation, what are the implications of that? You look at your bank account management. How will you look at your banking relationships? Are you able to take advantage of some of the real-time tools that are a result of using the new SAP Universal Journal? With and react, you're a very good picture of where you want to go, what you want to do. We'll start looking at your deep dive. Focus in on each of these four dimensions, and we'll look at the different areas of cash management, and risk management. We'll focus in on the functional, accounting, technical, and reporting aspects. These workshops will be approximately 1 to 2 hours each. Work with your stakeholders, including your business, technical, and IT teams, and we'll help you assess and understand what you're doing today and what the possibilities are. From there, we'll prepare a final report which will provide recommended outcomes or opportunities for you to focus. Like I mentioned before, you may find that you have an opportunity to improve banking and bank communication. You may find that that's fine, but you need to focus in on your commodities management, your risks. You may want to implement in-house cash. All of those are outcomes that can come from pinpointing specific opportunities in our health check. So what now? Well, I would recommend you check it out. Check out our free online quick assessment at www.all.com. We have a really great quiz for you and answer 6 or 7 simple questions that'll give you an idea of what you focus on. You can reach out to me, John Froelich, at jfroelich@bramasol.com, or you can visit us at our website to learn more about our various health checks. So I hope you'll take the opportunity to learn more about our health checks. I hope you'll take the opportunity to really invest and take a look at what's going on today in this new business environment. You have the opportunity to move to the digital environment. You can take advantage of what is here. But many companies, as I pointed out earlier, are focused on what can I do today? The Bramasol Health Check can help you, like we're helping other customers, pinpoint, focus, and get the most out of SAP solutions in Treasury, revenue accounting, and lease accounting. So thank you very much for your time. I hope that you'll stay in our booth, explore our different assets, talk to our team, and I want to thank you for your time in this event. I wish you a great day, and please stay safe and enjoy the rest of the show.